Welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast reviews of movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 431, and as always, it is your second review of the month. And yes, we are on the video version looking directly at Brad's dog.
She's chilling.
Yeah. Hey man, Brad's the one who has most of the what's it called, the official mascots of the Nerdcore.
Pretty much. Don't
Yeah.
hit the bed.
So what you doing, Dad?
Beds are for sleeping, not for eating.
What you doing, Dad?
Yes, you got it.
Yeah, what you doing right there? Oh man, what's going on, everybody? As always, is Nerd Chicana here to host the show. Lots of my wonderful co-hosts, Young Yoda
And Darla.
and Darla. Yeah, apparently, yeah,
All right, enough of that.
yeah.
Oh, cuteness. Not so cute. Cute. Not so
That's so cute. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
So I just got done smoking some bratwurst and corn.
Nice.
So I'm a
Yeah.
little sweaty, but
I could have
It's good
sworn that
eating.
was like a euphemism for weed.
no. Smoking that bratwurst, smoking
Yeah.
that loud.
Yeah.
No, I was actually smoking bratwurst because I figured out that smoking bratwurst at
Yeah.
a certain temperature and then turning the temperature up to cook it at the end makes it much more better.
Yeah. Nice.
More better.
Man. Yeah. So I'm guessing what's called work was pretty good today too.
It was work. You
Yeah.
know, went there, got paid. No complaints.
No complaints. It was a good day. Had to use my AK, right?
It was a good day, man. To use my AK.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ice Cube.
Yeah. That's as far as we'll go with that song.
DMCA.
Yep, beautiful DMCA. Today we're going to discuss I Live in Fear from 1955 as we continue on with our Akira Kurosawa month. But yeah, man, today was pretty a chill day too. Just this is my last week of actually doing nothing because next week I start the job. So,
Gotta get that work in.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we did Between the Frames today. We talked about Nights of Cabiria. From the
Ooh,
set.
good movie.
Oh,
Good
God.
movie.
Hey man, that restoration, bro. I'm telling you, dude.
They do a
Oh, beautiful job.
nice.
Yeah, they did a great job, man. I just
I'm gonna
watching.
I'm gonna have to watch my my Ikiru.
Hell
to
yeah,
see
dude.
How good that fucking looks.
Yeah, man. I was watching this one, and I watched today's movie, and I was like, God, man, if only they could just restore these movies, man.
Yeah, it's because in the beginning you could definitely tell like this
Yeah.
has not been restored. Like
Well,
at
yeah,
all.
but I think it's gonna run into the same problem that I had with what's it called with Variety Lights and the White Sheik on this set. Is that I think that some of these movies, at least like for I Live in Fear and to this one today, like I think the negatives are a little bit too, what's
Too
it
much.
called? Too much.
Too-
I don't think they're gonna be able to restore it completely because, like, even though Ikiru looks amazing and it's new restoration, I still think that it's a little rough around the edges. But it's because those negatives are so old, man. Like,
but yeah, and I feel like Ikiru, like they wanted to do Ikiru because it literally says on the box like Kurosawa's like greatest achievement, and
Yeah.
to me it's really up there.
yeah.
Like although many people would say Seven Samurai or Rashomon, or I consider Ikiru like it's something completely different from Kurosawa.
And if I'm pretty sure that this is the only one from Kurosawa's repertoire on the Criterion Collection that's actually been restored to 4K restoration.
Yeah, I believe so. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any others, and all the previous DVDs I own are just DVDs.
Yeah. What's it called? Because what's it called? Dreams is 4K digital trans. Well, it's not a digital.
But Dreams was
restoration.
like 80s and
Yeah.
90s, so
Yeah. No, but still, it's not a restoration. This is a transfer, to 4K. So, it's not completely like they did the work on Ikiru more. Like you can tell they did the work on Ikiru to restore it to 4K. So, yeah, man. So we did that today. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. We had a lot of good people in chat today. So, was a lot of fun to work on that. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. The sooner we can get those, what's it called? They can get the rights on a lot of these movies to do a proper like box set, be great because God, I like Drunken Angel.
I just don't know how like Criterion goes in there and tries to get the rights to them, like unless they just like drop massive amounts of money.
Yep.
Like Ron, I would never give Ron up if I owned it. I'm just saying, like, be dumb for me to ever just give that one up.
Hell no, man. That's just you don't give that one away, man.
No, that's just printing money. That one.
Yeah. But there's but like Ron is like the what's it called? That's like the biggest example. Like y'all had that one, and you literally like that's it. Like you didn't what's it called? Keep it, and you didn't get it back in Studio Canal.
It seems so weird because you would think like, oh, we can do 100th anniversary box set or some shit, and just this huge, massive thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. In that 100 years now, what's it called? The 25 film box set is like pretty much, gone. It's out of print. So, yeah. Look, they're overdue. I have a feeling though that they're really waiting for like everything to be in their possession, like for them to have like the complete works in their rights, so that way they can do a proper like restoration.
I just don't see them getting all of them. I can't see who owns Ron right now.
I believe Studio Canal has those rights.
I can't see them just letting go of that without a hefty price tag.
Did this restoration of Kabiria.
It looks fucking good. I'm guessing, like, Ron looks fucking good.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, yeah.
But man, it always is a weird thing with rights issues, man. I wish that they didn't have to exist, and these companies could just share with each other and be able to give us,
or at least like figure out some deals. Like, look, we'll share and take some of the profit.
Yeah.
So you don't end up with like a dogma just kind of sitting there in limbo.
Yeah.
Like who owns it?
Because like a lot of these deserve to get that restoration treatment, bro. Like One Wonderful Sunday, like giving that a proper restoration would look great, bro.
That is a beautiful movie anyway, but yeah, restored, that'd be something to see.
And also, just let's be honest, for the sake of preservation, Yeah. Because like at some point, these negatives are gonna get to the point where like, hey, either we work on them or we're not gonna have these negatives for a longer time. And if they're stuck in that sort of limbo where there's nothing being done to restore these negatives, then y'all got to do something about it, because it's about, it's not even just about us having access to it. It's about preserving these movies.
Yeah, that's very true.
Until then,
oh god!
Until then, you'll have to settle for the 4K Criterion box set of the complete works of legendary filmmaker.
How can you have a box set of one movie?
I believe it's two, bro. Actually, it's Best Friends. This is the other one that he did, but yeah.
Okay, two movies. Does a box set count as two movies?
Yeah. God, man, it's crazy, but
Hi, Mark.
Yeah. At least they have most of his movies on the Criterion Channel, though. That's something. Like they got most of them.
I mean, granted, that's something you can stick in your hat, I guess.
Yeah. Say you won for something, man. You got something out of it.
I mean, you got more movies out than I do.
Yeah. But even the 100, look, I'm looking at the 100 years one. Like, they didn't even have Ron in that one. Dude, they didn't even have, like, what's it called? Dreams in here. Yeah, there must have been like it's a big fight with rights issues, but I said,
you ain't getting, like, if you don't have Kurosawa without coming in with a giant stack of money, you ain't getting Ron.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I have a feeling we're gonna get a Tarkovsky set before we get the Kurosawa set, because there's literally only two movies that they don't have the rights to, and those two movies used to be able to be streamed on Criterion Channel. So I'm sure that sooner or later we're gonna get a box set. Yeah,
I would bet on that before we get the full complete set of Kurosawa.
Yeah. So oh man. With that said, though, we're gonna get ready here. We're gonna be talking about "I Live in Fear" from the year 1955, and of course,
that's my life.
Yeah. I live in fear every single day of my life.
Every single day.
Yeah, that's anxiety, baby. Brett, you want to open up by reading out the Wikipedia entry?
Yeah. Let me. There we go. Okay, I'm good. Coming from their one and only source, Wikipedia. I Live in Fear, Ikimono no Kuroko, also known as Record of a Living Being or What the Birds Knew, is a 1955 Japanese drama film directed by Akira Kurosawa, produced by Sojiro Matoki, and written by Kurosawa with Shinobu Hashimoto, Fumio Hayasaka, and Hideo Oguni. The film stars Toshiro Mifune as an elderly factory owner so terrified of the prospect of a nuclear attack that he becomes determined to move his entire extended family to what he imagines is the safety of a farm in Brazil. The film stars Kurosawa regulars Toshiro Mifune and Takashi Shimura. It is in black and white and runs 103 minutes. I've never seen before where they put the movie was in black and white. I haven't seen that before in a Wikipedia entry. The film was entered into the 1956 Cannes Film Festival.
Nice. Yeah, pretty short, entry here. Bro, I don't know how I unlocked my phone and clicked on the stream and it was in my pocket.
Did you hear us reading the Wikipedia entry?
I think they just want you to come into this.
Your pocket just got educated, Rachel.
Yeah, your pocket just got educated. Thank you, Rachel, for being in here, and thank you to Stacy too. This is Brad's first pick of the month, and of course, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him.
I don't think I'm having very good luck picking movies.
Why?
I just don't feel like I've been on a losing streak lately.
Really? Like what? So, what were your thoughts on I Live in Fear?
So let me get out the good with this one. Mifune, fucking spectacular, man. Like I can't even tell. I can't even tell that was fucking Mifune in the beginning. I'm like, yeah. Where's Toshiro? And I'm looking around and I'm going, oh, he's the fucking old dude.
He's the old guy.
Shit. Yeah. So that was him. So acting wise, like I give props to Mifune. Mifune did all he could with this film. To me, the pacing in this movie is slow. The first and second act just slow, and it doesn't really pick up until the third act for me.
They could have used Technicolor as himself this time around. Jesus. Brad, I don't know if we've ever had such a polarizing film between us.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's not my favorite Kurosawa movie.
No,
It is. His first act and second act are just slow to me.
Yeah, I thought that this was marvelous. This was incredible, man. This is just so. I talk about. I always bring up the fact that Kurosawa. What do we always talk about? Like Kurosawa is always known for his samurai flicks, and then there's like Rashomon and stuff. But there's that stuff that's like really, really heartfelt from him, like Ikiru and One Wonderful Sunday. Where he's giving us something different, but something that's like just as important as like his grand works that he's worked on, and that's how I felt with this, man. Like I watched it from the beginning, and like I was hooked. I was like, what is going on with this guy? Like there's something obviously wrong here, and I kept watching, and I was like, I'm just like so intrigued about learning about this old man and what's going on with him, and
definitely some PTSD.
Oh yeah.
I think we got to bring this up. This is 1955 Japan. Yeah. 1955. This is only what? 10 years?
10 years
12
after the
years
war.
after Hiroshima.
Well, if it was being shot in 54, he's literally not even 10 years after.
Yeah. So everybody living with that trauma is gonna have PTSD, which made it interesting. I'm just saying the pacing of this movie. Yeah. Compared to other movies was slow to me. Like we always bring up Seven Samurai, like the pacing in that movie, like it could be 30 minutes less. We're like, it's slow. And I felt like doubly on this one. I'm like, this is slow. Like I really like the third act in this. You get the full thing of this old man is basically, his family has basically abandoned him in a way. Like they're not going to Brazil. And I'm just sitting there going, you don't have to live off the man. The man can go by himself to Brazil, but at the same time, he won't leave without his family.
First of all, the balls on this man to want to take his illegitimate children.
How many mistresses? This man had like 2 or 3 mistresses.
Yeah, bro. And he's balls on this man, bro.
But like the wife, like that poor wife.
Yeah,
But
like
I like when they brought that up, and it's like, yeah, he's had two mistresses. I'm like, Japan culture, fucking different, huh?
Japan's different, don't you think? Dude, I've watched that part. I'm like, bro, hold on. Like, I understand wanting to take your family, like your children. Do you want to take the illegitimate children too,
I
bro?
mean, let's face it, like PTSD from a nuclear
Yeah.
bomb attack, like I can understand that, and
Yeah.
like he's just trying to save
Well,
everyone again. And really, the turning point for me was when he burns down
the foundry, yeah.
the foundry, and all the workers out there were like, "Well, what about us?
What about us, motherfucker?
What are we gonna eat?" And then he's like, "Oh shit, I didn't think about that."
Yeah. So yes, I agree with you with the pacing, bro. But like, it still kept me somewhat, very interested because this is something we don't really talk about with post-war. Like, yes, we talk about like the struggle to what's it called, recuperate everything, the struggle to rebuild the towns, the struggle of like coming back to life, but we don't ever talk about this like lingering anxiety of like, is it gonna happen again? Like,
Well, and that's mostly because we've lived or haven't been
yeah,
necessarily in a war,
yeah,
especially like
and
World War II.
The war hasn't been brought here since what's it called, Pearl Harbor.
And it makes you think. This movie actually makes you think of like we could go at any minute.
Yeah,
Like there are enough nuclear arms around the world. Like you can go at any minute, and all of us are just like, I'm gonna go get a fucking smoothie. I don't know.
yeah,
Not worried about that shit.
And that's why, like, I really, really found this movie so interesting that, like, Kurosawa just decides to concentrate on that. And also, I feel like there's a lot of Kurosawa in here. Like, after watching Ikiru, like, and watching this one, I'm like, I feel like Kurosawa's, like, telling us that he hopes that when he gets older, like, his family doesn't abandon him and doesn't make him feel alone, and, like, that would somewhat still be there for him. And I think that that's a little bit of what he's trying to say in here, too. But, like, Mifune does a great job here. I mean, I completely unrecognizable, dude. Unrecognizable.
Yeah, I couldn't detect him in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's Toshiro? And then I'm like, oh, he's the fucking old dude.
The old guy.
Because like you hear his voice first, and it's like, where is he? And then you're like, oh, it's the fucking old guy.
Yeah, yeah. And so I kept being so interested by this, man. I thought it was fantastic.
I like the concept. I like the story, but I do think it's not a good pace.
Yeah.
In the first and second act. It's a build up until that final act where basically everything falls apart.
Yeah. I just think that it's for early Kurosawa too. I'm just like, wow, it's beautiful. I mean,
this is kind of late Kurosawa. Well, mid Kurosawa.
Yeah, 55, bro.
55. I mean, kind of.
He already had released. Yeah, he already had released like Seven Samurai.
Yeah. But Ikiru, I like when Kurosawa goes more like the noir style. Yeah. I like when he does stuff different. I haven't found anything that like, and maybe that's another thing. This is kind of in the same wavelength as Ikiru.
Yeah.
But I connect with Ikiru far more in far more ways than I do with this.
I think
that might be the issue.
I think that people connect more with Ikiru because I think that Kurosawa's that story at least deserves you having to like have that extended time. I think so. Like, of course, you want to spend every moment with this older man in Ikiru because you really don't want him to have to come to the inevitable death of him. Whereas in this one, it's like the long page drags out, but it's like that's kind of that's kind of the mindset of this man. Like everything's kind of dragging out, and he just wants the closest solution that he can do, and he believes that it's moving to this farm in Brazil. And I think that even though the pacing isn't the best, I think it's kind of representative a little bit of what this man is kind of feeling at this time and feeling very alienated. And it's like I'm not gonna be here for longer. Like I'm trying to do what's best to make sure that y'all are safe. Yeah, and a lot of his family kind of just don't give a shit.
Oh, but that the ending part where he thinks he's on another planet.
Yeah,
and he's looking, and he thinks the Earth is on fire, and it's the sun. I was just sitting there in awe. I'm like, Kurosawa wrote
Yeah.
That might have been one of the best lines I've heard
Yeah.
in a movie in a long time.
And just also knowing the country of Japan and their stance on mental health and how they really don't like take care of that. And in the 50s, he made this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie says a lot. And really, the only gripe I have is
it's the
here
pacing,
and
man.
there.
Yeah.
That's really the only gripe. The story's there, the acting is there with freaking Mooney on a clinic again.
And Takashi Shimura. Shimura's good too.
Shimura's good. I mean, Shimura's barely kind of in the movie. I would have liked to see Shimura more. But how much are you gonna put a dentist in there? I don't know.
Yeah, really, how much are you gonna put the dentist?
But yeah, this is not my favorite Kurosawa by a long shot. But again, The Emperor, I think, it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
You'll probably fall in line between me and Raul on this movie.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah. I put this one my letterbox ratings right now are because some of these I haven't rewatched. I haven't rewatched Stray Dog. I haven't rewatched Hidden Fortress.
So good.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched them in a while. I still like them.
For samurai movies, Hidden Fortress is not his best, but I like Hidden Fortress because that was the first Kurosawa I watched.
Also, you just can't deny the fucking camera work in that movie.
Oh,
just
the
opening,
natural lighting.
Just that opening shot, bro. I love it.
The Kurosawa's natural lighting is just
You can hear the fucking rain, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Can we please, restore this movie? Because, that shot with the rain, looked beautiful, bro. And I feel
I kind of want to go back. I want somebody else to try to make natural lighting like Kurosawa did. I don't know if you'll ever be able to be that technically good at it that Kurosawa was.
Yeah.
But I feel like they need to use natural lighting more and more in people's movies.
Yeah, so I have this one ranked at number 11. Under it, I have Stray Dog, Sanjuro, and Hidden Fortress. But above it,
that's fair.
Yeah.
I'd watch Stray Dog again, but I like Stray Dog.
Of course, above it, I have Rashomon, Yojimbo, High and Low, Drunken. Yeah, pretty much everything else.
Everything else really.
Yeah.
Ikiru.
Yeah, Ikiru's still at number 4. Yeah, Ikiru stayed. I feel like my number 5s are my 5 to 1 are pretty much gonna stay the same. Yeah.
What's your number
1? Throne of Blood.
Oh yes.
Throne of Blood, Ron.
I get that.
Throne of Blood, Ron, Seven Samurai, Ikiru, and One Wonderful Sunday.
I'd people need to watch One Wonderful Sunday because it's such a simplistic plot of a movie. Yeah. It's just
he's doing so much.
Someone going on a date, and there's just so much going on in that movie that just hits you in the feels.
Sorry, no restoration for Hidden Fortress. Too busy cleaning up the Smokey and the Bandit.
As long as they
priorities,
get
right?
As long as they get that chest hair in 4K restoration, I'm good.
Yeah, man. Oh god, dude. But man, I was pleasantly surprised how much I liked. It's just to me, this is a gem in his career and in his filmography. I think that this is one that's if people watch it, they'll be surprised that this was directed by Kurosawa. And I was pleasantly surprised. I really liked it.
I feel like when people hear Kurosawa, they automatically think samurai movie. Very good. Why they think that? I get it. But you go into his noir, you go into his more everyday movies, life movies, like Ikiru, I Live in Fear, One Wonderful Sunday, Stray Dog, there are such great movies outside the samurai genre that this man just was ahead of his time for me. He is a foundational director on who came after him.
100%, man. If you guys are interested in the 4K, not the 4K. I don't know what the restoration on is this one, but I'm just looking on Amazon. If you guys want to buy Ron on Amazon, it's actually $14.99 right now. On Amazon. So
is that for the DVD or for the
Blu-ray and DVD? It's multi-format.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say get the 4K for that movie because that movie is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's a 4K restoration that they did on it, so it's on the Blu-ray, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know exactly what Studio Canal does, but yeah, 14.99, dude. That's a pretty damn good
That's really
price.
good.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I guess just like throughout this movie, the only thing I could really think about was just like, man, I really wish they could just restore these, like this one. Like I feel like the restoration would look just fantastic. Um, but
Agreed.
yeah,
Which brings like a lot of his movies, they really need
yeah.
if they can.
For the
That's
sake of for the sake of fucking what's it called, preservation, man. Like we don't want to get to the point where it's like, oh,
too
I
far
think
gone.
we're too late and we can't really clean it up all
I
that
mean,
well.
could you clean it like they have it digitally? Could you clean it up digitally, or is that
No,
like a
it's because you
no-no?
have to take it from the print of the
Mm,
actual negatives, Brett. Yeah,
okay.
so you actually have to take it from there. Yeah, there's this whole video on how Criterion actually like does the cleaning themselves. It's wild.
I would be so fucking frightened to be
Yeah,
the technician on that and having to clean like Seven Samurai
yeah.
and like I'd
The
fuck
good
it
thing
up
is,
like they do some of those paintings that like the Renaissance paintings and you end up with like somebody with just a flat face.
yeah, like,
That would be me just frightened the shit out
you
of
ever
to
tell you the
even touch
story
that.
of my friend
Mm-mm.
who was given the negatives of Sound of Music at their school in Mexico, and they got it, and they were like, "So this is the only set of negatives to exist of Sound of Music that's left. Please don't mess it up." And my friend was like literally afraid to
Like, why
even
are you
touch them.
handing this to me?
It was their
What the fuck?
it was their lecture on preserving and like cleaning up and film negatives. But like also, if you know, The Sound of Music is the first film to ever be made in color.
But here's the thing:
That's
why would you give
historical.
somebody that was he a professional?
No, she was not. She was a student.
She was not professional. She was still. Why would you do that?
Yeah, they were
I
just
would
brought
be
into
shitting my
class.
pants.
They brought into class, and she was like, "Here he goes. We're gonna learn how to like what's it called, clean up negatives." And
Yeah, no,
yeah,
with the
I
one
was
negative of Sound of
shipwrecked.
Music,
I
like
was
you could find
shipwrecked.
like a negative of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or some shit. Come on now.
I don't know. I think about Kurosawa's kids movies first. Aerial Jimbo and Seven Samurai Babies.
I would watch those. I would watch those so many fucking times. Seven Samurai Babies.
Yep. All right, Brad. What are you gonna give I Live in Fear?
You go first.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
gauge
ahead
off
and
you.
I'm gonna go ahead and give I Live in Fear an 8.5 out of 10. I like this one a lot. It's one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites because I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. But it's still down there. But pretty much everything after this one, I consider to be like just wonderful and great, and I love them, and they're my favorites.
I mean,
But
Kurosawa is hard.
yeah,
Very
and
hard
not to say that like
to say bad things about.
yeah, it's not to say that like everything that's under it that I think that it's not good. I just think that compared to all the other works he has, are just like not the same. But yeah, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Brad, what are you gonna go ahead and give it?
I'm not going to go too far from that. I think we're close on level. I think we say the same thing. The pacing is the issue in this,
Yeah,
which we've seen in Kurosawa movies. Seven Samurai had the same issue, which I'm not gonna tell the Emperor any different because he'd come down and just slap me in the face.
yes.
But I give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, man. Next week we are going to talk about his Academy Award winning film for Best Foreign Language. We are talking about Dersu Uzala, his Russian film.
Which will be exciting.
Yeah, because this is the one of his grandest works. Like this movie is like 2 hours and 24 minutes long. It's in Russian, I believe.
I feel like the more money you give Kurosawa, like it's not a bad thing. He just finds shit to blow up and burn and shoot arrows at.
Yeah. So it's his it's in Russian. It's his only non-Japanese language movie. It's his only 70mm movie he made. Like, yeah.
So were the actors speaking in Russian?
Yes. Yeah.
I've never read a Kurosawa knowing Russian.
I think it might have been how so if you've been watching my the Between the Frames, you know that Fellini had like Richard Basehart, come onto his movies, but Richard Basehart didn't know Italian. So he filmed Richard Basehart, but had somebody dub the Italian for Richard Basehart. I
Gotcha.
think that's the same here, where he had these what's it called, actors like he has Yoris Solomin, Maxim Munzuk, but they're actually what's it called, Russian though. These are Russian actors, so
So they probably
um
weren't dubbed.
no,
I'm just
they were
wondering,
fine.
like maybe a translator in between
Yeah,
communicating.
between them probably, yeah. But mostly this whole cast is pretty much what's it called, Russian, or what's it called, uh from Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, yeah.
Kazakhstan.
No, Kyrgyzstan. Brad, am I gonna have to what's it called? Teach you geology today?
You're gonna have to spell it though, because I think you're saying it wrong.
What's it called? Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. Or yeah,
I don't know. I was never good at geography.
yeah, yeah. Brad,
That
it's
might
one
be
of
one of those countries that
it's one of the
may
old
or may not
Soviet.
exist anymore.
Yeah, no, it exists. It's
Does it
just
still exist?
it
Okay.
was an old Soviet territory.
But
Remember?
that's what I mean. It's questionable whether Russia just like, because you know how Russia does. They'll
Yeah.
regain it and then they'll
Yeah.
drop it and then regain it again. And
Yeah, they had Uzbekistan, and they had Kyrgyzstan, and they had I believe
Kazakhstan. Isn't that from Marvel?
fuck off, Stacey. Yeah, Red. Here you go. We're just gonna fucking screen share you here so you can know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Kyrgyzstan.
It's right
Kyrgyz-
next to freaking what's it called? Uzbekistan.
Why do they give these like countries such hard names to say?
Yeah,
Kyrgyzstan.
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 Yeah,
Kyrgyz
Yeah.
Republic.
yeah, yeah,
Landlocked country of Central Asia.
You see, right here, right next to Uzbekistan,
Right next to and Tajikistan.
Tajikistan. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much the what's it called, places that were all pretty much Soviet territories.
Mongolia, Kazakhstan. Okay.
Yeah, I believe
Alright.
the Soviet Union pretty much had like most of these.
How can you tell he's American?
He's bad at geography.
I don't know
First
fucking
time
shit
on
over here.
For the first time on the podcast, I brought up Google Maps.
Like, I don't fucking know
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
on maps. Like, I don't care.
yeah, yeah.
I might care if I get kidnapped and dropped over there, but I don't care right now.
Yeah. But it's like, I know about like Ukraine being part of the Soviet Union at one point, Belarus, but like
Yeah.
the stand countries, nah.
Nah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. But yeah,
Just a dumb American.
just missed that part of geology class.
I was
Yeah.
never good at geography, man.
Yeah.
I was horrible at geography,
Yeah.
even the states.
Yeah, I'm fair. Yeah, but look, it was an old territory. Yeah. Yeah, what's it called? Russia, what's it called? Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan,
Yeah, it makes sense.
Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much all they had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're too fucking big, bro. They're too fucking big. Not as big as the Roman Empire, right? But they were just too fucking big.
It's true.
Along with other things, but yeah, that was for one of them, that they were just too fucking big. Cause yeah. So what's it called? Yeah, we're doing Dersu Uzala next week. I'm really excited because this is one that I've been kind of putting off from Kurosawa for a while now.
Yeah, because it's long.
Well, it's not longer than Ron.
Well, no, it's not longer than Ron. It's probably not longer than Seven Samurai, but it's still probably
It's
a good
long.
2 hours and 40 something minutes.
Nah, 24, bro.
24. It's 2 hours
Yeah.
and 24. I mean, I give it to Kurosawa. He makes good movies, but like the older he got, the longer his movies got.
The older you got, the longer you didn't give a shit about how long they
No,
were,
he's
bro.
like, fuck your editing.
I'm editing, and that's minimal. But yeah, man. Man was wild with making his voice long. Yeah.
Well, when you live in Texan Oklahopolis, it'll happen.
Shut up,
You
Zay.
already do.
All right, man. It's been a great time here, and I'm happy to have Stacy and Rachel in chat. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I want to
Thank
thank
you
you all so much. Excuse me. No, I'm burping to the microphone. Um, that's been a bit for so long now.
Take a
Um,
shot.
yeah. I want to thank you all so much for being here. And as always, I want to thank our wonderful Patreon supporters. Thank you all so much to our writers, our producers, and our writers. Our associate producer, Sarah, thank you so much. Our writer, Bryce, who actually didn't know that they were still a writer. Apparently they didn't know that Patreon took money out of there. They thought I thought it was done, but but apparently Bryce is still
Did,
here.
did Bryce really go in there and quickly cancel that shit? Like, oh shit, I'm not giving you guys any more
No,
money.
he just thought that he ran out of money,
Oh,
but apparently not because Patreon.
good
took
on
the
Bryce.
payment. But our associate producer Sarah and our wonderful executive producer Shane. Where
You
can
can
you
follow
find
our
him?
friend. You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or on Twitter at xsrk_, or go buy something from him at thriftedio.com. Subby God for life.
That's right. And as always, our wonderful Bryce, Brown Rice 96 on everything, and then
Hi, Bryce.
our wonderful Tony as our another writer.
Hey Tony,
Your TikTok buddy.
that's my TikTok boo.
Yeah.
That man sends me like 30 videos like every day, and then I send back like 20 to 30 videos back. We are TikTok pen pals.
God damn, bro. You can find him at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter. That's fucking fantastic, man. Yeah, we want to thank you all so much. We'll be here on Thursday for our Black Widow review. We've already got Gio joining us. We got Rachel joining us, and pretty excited. Tomorrow, our patrons do get our next episode of the Cinema Condition. So you want to go over there and check that out, patrons, because it's gonna happen tomorrow. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Get to watch it early. You have it early, and yeah.
We're not doing a commentary this week, right?
Now we're done for the month. We already did
Okay,
it.
cool.
We did it.
I don't know. Sometimes I get confused because we're like commentaries every day.
Yeah. No.
Well, I did half a commentary.
Yeah. We still need to do what's it called, Ron, and we still need to do Salo, but I'm trying to get it. I'm willing to just push that as far back as I need to. I already did
Do
my
we
move.
really have to?
Brad, I gave my word, man.
I know. We need to do it on a day where I don't eat. Where I just dry heave the whole time.
All right, man. With that said, it's been a lot of fun, and we'll catch y'all later. Brad, send them out.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all those who joined us in chat today. Stacy and Rachel, that means you. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. Tune in this Thursday for our Black Widow review, like Raul said. And also, to end this, I will just say, maybe we should be worried, but our generation just drinks. Young Yoda out.
There's other ways to deal with it.
I think Raul's talking about masturbation.